You know the scariest part about being broke? It isn't having no money, it's waking up one day and realizing you've been working hard for 10 years and you're still in the same place. Same stress, same bills, same feeling that you're one emergency away from starting over, and that's what keeps people up at 2 a.m. Not because they're lazy, not because they're irresponsible, but because deep down they're asking themselves a terrifying question. If I'm doing everything right, why am I not getting ahead? Paycheck comes on Friday, bills are due by Wednesday, there's a little left over if nothing goes wrong. You try to save, you try to be careful, you try to make smart decisions, yet somehow the gap between where you are and where you want to be never seems to get smaller. It feels like you're running as fast as you can on a treadmill that keeps speeding up. And if that's been your experience, what I'm about to share could completely change the way you think about building wealth. Because the reason most people stay stuck has nothing to do with how hard they work. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to double your income without falling into the same trap that keeps most people stuck. You'll learn the mindset shifts, habits, and wealth building principles that allow your money to grow faster than your lifestyle. Because building wealth isn't just about earning more, it's about keeping more, growing more, and putting every dollar to work for you. By the end of this video, you'll understand why so many people make good money and still struggle financially, and more importantly, what you can do differently. Before we get started, a quick disclaimer. Nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. Everything shared here is for educational and informational purposes only. Always do your own research and consider speaking with a qualified financial professional before making financial decisions. So if you're tired of generic money advice and want to learn the principles that actually help ordinary people build wealth over time, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week I break down money, investing, and wealth building concepts into simple, practical lessons you can actually use, whether you're starting from scratch or trying to reach the next level financially. And if your goal is more financial freedom, less financial stress, and a better understanding of how money really works, you're in the right place. So here's the hard truth nobody talks about. A lot of the advice we've been given about money sounds great in theory, but doesn't help much when you're dealing with real life. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Invest in the stock market. Get rich slowly. Let compound interest do the work. And sure, there's truth in all of that, but when you're living paycheck to paycheck, it can feel like someone is explaining how to build wealth while you're still trying to figure out how to make it to next Friday. The real problem isn't that you don't know about investing, it's something much more fundamental. A while back I was talking to a man who was genuinely frustrated about money. He had a good job, made around $70,000 a year, and in the middle of our conversation he said something I'll never forget. He said, "I don't understand it. 5 years ago I would have thought making this kind of money would solve all my problems, but somehow I'm still stressed." So I asked him, "What would your younger self think if he saw your paycheck today?" He laughed, then he got quiet. Because the truth is, his younger self would have been blown away. A few years earlier, he was dreaming about making that kind of money. Now he is living it. But somewhere along the way, the dream changed. The apartment got nicer. The car payment got bigger. The vacations became normal. The monthly expenses quietly grew until they matched the income. And what shocked him wasn't how much he was spending. It was realizing he never actually felt richer. He was earning more than ever before, yet still waiting for payday. Still stressed when unexpected expenses showed up. Still wondering why financial freedom felt so far away. And sitting across from him, I realized something. This wasn't just his story. It was almost everyone's story. People think their biggest financial breakthrough will come from making more money, but what usually happens is that life expands right alongside their income. If the paycheck changes, the lifestyle will change as well. But the feeling usually stays exactly the same. And that's why so many people spend years chasing bigger incomes only to wake up one day wondering where all the money went. What if I told you that multiplying your money has almost nothing to do with finding the right investment? What if the actual problem isn't that you don't know about stocks, ETFs, or real estate? What if the problem is that you're trying to grow a tree from a seed while simultaneously destroying the roots? Let me show you everything they don't want you to know. When someone finally decides to get serious about money, here's what they do. They open a brokerage or an investment account. They're excited. They read about this amazing stock or this trending fund. They deposit maybe $200, maybe $500 if they had a good month. Then life happens. Something unexpected. Car repair, medical bill, family emergency. They panic, they pull the money out, or they let it sit there, and 6 months later they check the balance and it's grown by maybe $40. They think, this is pointless. At this rate, it'll take forever. So they stop. Meanwhile, they're getting raises at work. They got a promotion. Their income jumped 15%. But did their savings jump? Did that extra money go to investments? Usually not. It went to rent in a nicer neighborhood. It went to better clothes for the job. It went to finally being able to afford what I want. And then the stress comes back. Because somehow, even with more money, they're still broke. This is what I call the invisible poverty trap. You can be making six figures and still feel completely broke. because the money is moving through your hands like water. And here's the brutal part. Most people don't even realize it's happening. They think, I just need to make more money. That'll solve it. But it won't, because the problem isn't the money you're making, it's the money you're keeping. I've seen this play out more times than I can count. A few months ago, a guy called me about his finances. You could hear the frustration in his voice. He wasn't broke, he had a decent job, made good money, but he kept saying the same thing over and over. I don't get it. I should be doing better than this. I make more money than I ever have, but it still feels like there's never enough left over. So I told him, let's look at the numbers. Not what he thought he was spending. The actual numbers. We pulled up his bank statements, and that's when things got interesting. He has 7 subscriptions he doesn't use, 3 fitness apps he forgot about, meal kits, magazines, streaming services. That's roughly $150 a month just vanishing. And then there's the daily stuff. Coffee every morning, lunch out 3 times a week instead of bringing food from home. Random online purchases that seemed small at the time. We start adding it up, and when I show him the number, like you're spending roughly $500 a month on things you don't even remember, that's when it hits him. $500 a month is $6,000 a year. $6,000 a year is $60,000 over a decade. When you actually see that number, something shifts. Because that's not just money, that's years of your life. That's the time you spent earning that money, and it's just gone. But here's what most people miss. It's not guilt you should feel. It's clarity. Because that $500 is actually your way out. That $500 is the difference between being stuck and actually building something. I've had conversations with people who swore they had no money left to save. Then we sat down, went through their spending, and found hundreds of dollars disappearing every month without them even realizing it. Sometimes it's $300, sometimes it's $800, but it's almost always more than they expected. And when they redirect that money, everything changes. Let's say you find an extra $400 or $500 a month that was quietly disappearing. Instead of spending it, you automate it. Every month, without thinking about it, that money goes into an investment account. At first it feels incredibly boring. Nothing changes. You still go to work, you still pay your bills. Life looks exactly the same. A few months go by and you check the account. Maybe there's a couple $1,000s in there, and if you're being honest, your first thought is probably, that's it? That's usually the moment people get discouraged, because we live in a world where people want everything instantly. But the people who build wealth do something different. They stay. They keep going. Then about 2 years later, something interesting happened. You check the account again. Now there's $5,000 sitting there. For the first time, it doesn't feel like a number on a screen. It feels real. That's a medical emergency without panic. That's a major car repair without reaching for a credit card. That's breathing room. And once you've experienced that feeling, you want more of it. A couple more years pass. Now you're looking at $10,000, maybe more, and something changes that has nothing to do with the money. You stop feeling like you're one bad month away from disaster. You stop checking your bank account with anxiety. You stop feeling trapped. The money is growing, but so is your confidence. Then life does what life always does. You get a raise. And this is where most people go back to the old script. They upgrade everything. The apartment, the car, the lifestyle. But now you've seen what happens when money stays invested. You felt the difference. So instead of spending all of the raise, you make a different decision. You enjoy some of it, and you invest the rest. Not because someone forced you to, because you finally understand what future freedom feels like, and from there, things start moving faster. Not overnight, not in some get-rich-quick way, but steadily, year after year. Your contributions grow, your investments grow, and eventually something amazing happens. You realize your money is starting to do some of the heavy lifting. You're no longer relying entirely on your next paycheck. The money you've already saved is now working alongside you. That's the moment most people never reach, because they quit too early. They leave during the boring phase. They leave before the results become visible. But if you stay long enough, there comes a point where you're no longer just trading time for money. Your money starts creating more money. And that's when wealth stops feeling like a fantasy and starts feeling possible. The interest compounds. The returns compound. And suddenly you're not just building wealth through discipline. You're building it through mathematics. And almost nobody talks about that transition. That moment when you go from, I'm manually building this, to this is building itself. That's when the exponential part kicks in. That's when it stops being slow and starts being real. But here's what nobody tells you. The hardest part isn't finding the money. The hardest part is staying the course. Because after a while, your brain starts playing tricks on you. Everything feels too slow, too boring, too ordinary. You start wondering if you're missing something. You open social media and see people talking about how they doubled their money overnight. Someone is showing off their crypto gains. Someone else claims they found the next big stock. Another person is promising a strategy that can change your life. And suddenly what you're doing doesn't feel exciting anymore. It feels slow. That's where a lot of people get into trouble. Not because they're lazy, not because they're bad with money, because they become impatient. They abandon a plan that's working for the possibility of something faster. I've seen people spend years building good habits only to throw them away chasing the next big thing. And when it doesn't work out, they get discouraged, not realizing the problem wasn't the plan. The problem was leaving it too soon. What I've learned is that wealth rarely feels exciting while you're building it. Most of the time, it feels repetitive. You save, you invest, you wait, then you do it again, and again, and again. The truth is, boring is usually a good sign, because the things that build wealth tend to be predictable. The things that promise overnight success usually come with overnight risk. So instead of asking, what's the hottest investment right now? Ask yourself a different question. Can I stick with a simple plan long enough to let it work? Because that's what separates people who build wealth from people who constantly start over. So what does that plan actually look like? First, find where your money is leaking. Track your spending for a month. Not what you think you're spending, what you're actually spending. Most people are surprised by what they find. Subscriptions they forgot about, impulse purchases, small expenses that felt insignificant in the moment but quietly added up over time. Once you find that money, redirect it. Set up an automatic transfer the same day your paycheck arrives. Make saving automatic. That way you're not relying on motivation every month. Then keep it simple. Choose investments with a long track record, like ETFs or bonds. Nothing flashy, nothing complicated. You don't need a genius strategy. You need consistency, and once it's set up, stop staring at it. Don't check it every day. Don't panic every time the market moves. Don't convince yourself you need to constantly tweak the plan. Let time do the heavy lifting. Because in the beginning, the progress feels small. A few $1,000s, then 10,000, then 20, and for a while it feels like nothing is happening. Until one day you look back and realize something incredible. The money you invested years ago is now helping create more money. Your savings are earning. Those earnings are earning too. And little by little, the process begins to accelerate. That's the part people call compounding. Not because it's a secret, but because most people quit before they stay around long enough to experience it. And this is the part I think most people get wrong. Building wealth isn't really about becoming rich. It's not about buying a bigger house. It's not about expensive cars. And it's definitely not about impressing strangers. It's about having choices. Think about it. Imagine waking up one day and realizing you don't have to stay in a job you hate just because you need the next paycheck. Imagine a family emergency happens and your first reaction isn't panic. Imagine being able to help the people you love without wondering how you're going to pay your own bills afterward. Imagine going to sleep without that constant stress in the back of your mind. That feeling of wondering whether one unexpected expense could throw your entire life off track. That's what wealth really gives you. Not status, but peace of mind. The ability to make decisions based on what you want, not what your bank account forces you to do. And honestly, that's one of the most valuable things money can buy. Over the years, I've seen people from all kinds of backgrounds build wealth. Some started with very little, some had every advantage in the world. And what surprised me is that the difference was rarely intelligence, luck, or talent. The people who succeeded simply learned how to keep a portion of what they earned before life had a chance to spend it for them. That's really it. No secret formula, no magic investment, no overnight success story. Just ordinary people making one decision over and over again. Pay yourself first, then give that money time to grow. It's not flashy, it's not exciting, but it works. And sometimes the things that change your life the most are the things that look boring in the beginning. So here's what I'd like you to do. Open your banking app, your card statements, or whatever you use to track your spending and pay attention to where your money is actually going. Not where you think it's going, where it's actually going. Because most people don't have one massive expense that's holding them back. It's usually a collection of small things that have become normal. Subscriptions, takeout, impulse purchases, convenience spending, little expenses that don't seem important on their own. But together, they add up to a lot more than you realize. Once you see it, pick one amount you can redirect every month. Maybe it's $200, maybe it's $500, maybe it's more. Then automate it. Make the decision once and let the system handle the rest, and give it 12 months. Then look at where you are. Because something interesting happens when you stop spending every extra dollar that comes in. For the first time, you start seeing progress. You start seeing evidence that your effort is actually going somewhere. And that's really the point of all this. Not becoming rich overnight, not finding some secret investment, just building a little more control over your financial future, 1 month at a time. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see this strategy in action, go watch the video on your screen right now where I break down how I turned $1,000 into $50,000 using one of the most boring and surprisingly effective wealth building strategies out there. No hype, no shortcuts, just a simple approach that actually works. I think you're going to enjoy that one. I'll see you over there.